Hello, what is up guys? Eman from Peso Smart PH here. Welcome to a new episode. Shout out to all the podcast listeners as well. I appreciate you all. Today, let's talk about how the Philippine stock market is lagging behind the US stock market and the total stock market around the world in general. So currently, we're sitting at yung PSEi is at 6,234.77. So if we take a look back nung lowest point when the pandemic started, so let's just hover around 4,000. So if you were lucky enough to buy at that level, then you're still up 54.42%. But of course, most of us hindi naman dun nakabili since like it's just a couple of minutes nagstay dun sa level na yun. And then eventually, nag-recover na rin naman. And then for the year, yung PSEi is currently down by 5.05%. And this is gonna be the fourth straight year na negative yung return nitong PSEi. So since 2020. So that year, even though sobrang laki ng binagsak niya, hindi naman nagstay doon kasi week lang to for that year. So down ng 8.64% for that year. And then on 2021, down ng 0.24%. So kumbaga sideways lang nag-trade the whole year. And of course, meron lang ding week kasi bumagsak din siya to around 6,080. And then last year, down siya ng 7.81%. And then this year, down again ng 5.05%. So if you compare this to, let's say, the S&P 500. So in general, yung S&P 500, hindi siya nagkakaroon ng sobrang daming or consecutive years na negative returns. So last na nangyari yun was nung 2000, 2001, and 2002. So ito yung dot-com bubble. So even nung where was it? Even nung Great Recession and nung nag-pop yung housing bubble nung 2008-2009, 1 year lang siya actually nagkaroon ng negative return. Although it's very brutal. So down ng 38.49%. But the following year, nag-recover siya ng around 23.45%. Then eventually, 2 straight years na positive. Then dito, sideways lang din. Then actually, nag-start siya ng 1,257. Then nag-close ng 1,257 as well. So, kumbaga, net return is like 0%. Then packet lang siya ng packet. And then this year so far, it's up by 18.49%. And again, in comparison to the PSEi, na down ng 5%. So that's not really a good look sa stock market natin. And ito yung VOO. So ito ETF to na mini-mirror yung performance ng S&P 500. And we have VT here. So it's another ETF. So ito yung Total World Stock Index ETF. So relatively good performance this year as well. Plus 14.22%. And then ito yung VTV. Ito yung mga value stocks, no? So mostly mga stocks dito, mga companies na pinag-investan din ni Warren Buffett. So kumbaga, parang value investing yung nangyayari, no? Ito sa ETF. Ito yung mini-mirror nila. And goods pa rin siya. Good performance for this year, 2.06%. Then last year, down ng 4.58%. Biggest win nung 2021, up ng 23.66%. And then VUG, ito naman yung growth. So this year, medyo malaki yung growth or yung returns ng ETF na to. Up siya ng 39.19% this year so far. Although last year, it has been brutal. So down niya ng 33.59%. Although again, it's much better yung performance itong mga ETFs na to in comparison to the PSEi. And if we go to the ETF of Metro Bank, so First Metro Sec. So ito yung ETF na nag-mirror sa PSEi. So again, it's been losing money. So negative return siya for 4 straight years. Kasi nga mini-mirror lang din naman yung PSEi. So currently down ng 2.08%. Last year down ng 6.74%. And then in 2021, down niya ng 0.28%. And 2020 down ng 8.01%. Although if you started investing no 2013, you're still in the green kung lump sum. But if you started over here, then of course hindi masyado maganda. Like, sabihin natin hindi sa tuktok. For example, ganyan. Down ka ng 17.54%. And hindi rin kumbaga yung prospect in the future to like go up is not really that big. So let's go back to the PSEi. So yung all-time high niya was around 9,078. So for us to get there again, we need to go up around here. So around 45%. And that is a big jump when it comes to stocks. So individual stocks malaki na yung 45.61%. And syempre malaki na rin yun sobra sa ganitong index. Kasi collection to ng 30 stocks sa PSE. And yung question dito is, mas okay bang mag-deploy ng capital, for example, to FM ETF in comparison to alternatives sa US, which is VO, which is maganda yung track record, mababa yung expense ratio, and accessible na rin naman to invest sa ating Filipinos. Or if you're gonna bet sa buong stock market ng buong mundo, is this better or is FM ETF better? Or kung value stocks lang naman yung gusto mo, you can go for VTV. And then if you want aggressive returns, of course, brutal din yung downside risk kapag bumagsak yung prices ng stocks, but yung recovery is, mabilis lang din. So again, last year down ng 30+ish%. Then ngayon up ng 39%. So I guess we can conclude na investing in these 4 ETFs is much better than investing sa FM ETF or placing your bet or your capital sa Philippine stock market. If you want to invest in the Philippine stock market, it's much better for you to pick your own stocks. Although, if we check individual stocks, so sabihin lang natin yung mga nasa watch list ko, it's not really looking that great then this year. Although, we can see na maganda yung recovery the past 3 to 4 years. So, since the pandemic, so umakit siya, kita natin dito. Although, this year talaga, these stocks have been battered. So, Globe has been a little bit flat kasi nagkaroon siya ng late run noong 2021. Sumubay siya sa Bitcoin. So, around 2021 din siya nag-top. Around 3,600. So, ngayon nasa 1,729 siya and down siya ng 20.69% this year. Last year, down siya ng 33.31%. So, dalawang side to. Yung pwede nyong maging takeaway dito sa performance ng Globe so far. So, it's either you're gonna buy more kasi it's a little bit undervalued na sa current price. It has good cash flow. Okay yung dividend yield na binibigay nila. Consistent yung dividends na binibigay. Consistent din yung revenue. And what else? Yung income or yung margin nila is good as well. So yung profit margin is high. And of course, yung naging issue lang dito is yung pagbaba ng subscribers, right? Since nagkaroon ng registration, SIM registration. So, yung numbers hindi nag-match, no, dun sa reported previously dun sa mga nag-register na actual, like prepaid or postpaid subscribers ng Globe. But of course, hindi lang naman yun yung business nila. So, hindi lang mobile communications, pero din silang internet. So, ISP din sila and other products. Then GMA. So, GMA has been battered for the last 2 years. Last year, down ng 18.93%. And then this year, down ng 26.47%. So, nangyari to kasi hindi ganun kaganda yung binigay na dividends for this year. And nag-reflect kasi yung income, yung revenue nila, yung net profit nila from last year. So, dun nagbe-base yung dividends kasi na binibigay. And then this year, yung financials sila wasn't really that good as well. So, underwhelming yung kanilang revenue and yung kanilang net income. And one reason is because yung mga fast-moving consumer goods and yung mga malalakas mag-advertise sa ganitong media company, sa ganitong free TV na business. And syempre nagkaroon din issue, di ba, with one of their longest running show, It Bulaga. So, we need to factor that in as well. So again, for GMA to like go up again in prices, they have to not really return yung same dividend yield as before. Kasi that was really crazy. Like back then, nung nag-up siya ng 130%, diba? So of course, kung gaano kalaki yung tinaas niya, ganun din yung kumaga parang ka-brutal yung making correction in the future, which happened na nga the past 2 years. So, if mag-settle down yung interest rates next year, so mag-cool off na yung interest rates and ibaba na ulit, magka-cut na ng interest rates, and that's probably the time na ma-recover yung financials ng GMA7. Then, we have GFC. So again, as you can see here, kasi part din to ng PSEi. If you compare to PSEi bumabagsak. Yung GFC at least, tumataas siya the past 3 to 4 years. Good recovery from the pandemic. And although hindi substantial yung returns, at least positive sila from 2021 up until now. Although of course, hindi pa natin alam this year since hindi pa naman tapos. We have around 3 weeks left sa December. So we'll see. LTG, so ito, kumbaga parang nami-mirror niya yung PSEi. Look at that. So 4 straight years yung PSEi, 3 straight years na negative yung LTG. Let's take a look at SEC. So yung SEC, medyo maganda yung naging performance ng 2021 and last year 2022. Kasi tumaas yung energy costs or yung prices because ginera ng Russia yung Ukraine. So nagkaroon ng issue with the prices ng gas. And ito, Power Corporation and Mining Corp business itong Semirara. That's why kumbaga nag-benefit sila doon. And then SGP, ito sobrang brutal din ng pagbagsak, fall from grace. So maraming issue with SGP and maraming controversy. So unless maayos yun. Hindi sila, kumbaga, babalik dun sa IPO price sila. Which is around, I believe, nasa 13 or 12 peso range din, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2021. So, last year down ng 15.40%. This year down ng 44.59%. So, hindi lang crypto yung mga ganitong yung itsura ng candlesticks, parang na-rug pull, no? So, sa stocks nangyayari din to. And then, PLDT, it's been quite similar with Globe. So, hindi rin naman siya sobrang nag-top ng 2021, but hindi niya nakuha ulit yung all-time high back in 2014 na around 3,400. So, medyo modest lang yung high niya dito. Almost 2,000 pesos for both years. Then this year nga, down siya ng 4.94%. Last year, down ng 27.32%. So, that's, again, kayo na yung pipili kung ano yung kukunin nyo na handle. Like, will you view this as something na magandang opportunity to buy and to add to your portfolio, itong PLDT stocks, or is this the time na, to cut your losses? So it's really up to you. But again, for me, the best way is to just stay invested sa market, especially sa ganitong mga downturns. And nakita natin na, umarangkada yung crypto market, umarangkada yung US market, yung stock market internationally. But yung PH market naglalag. So, you can see this as an opportunity, or you can see this as, not really catastrophic, but you can see this in the, pessimistic lens na, okay, hindi na magre-recover ulit yung Philippine market. But, that's almost always not the case. So, of course, if mag-bull run ulit, kasi, yun nangyari naman sa Bitcoin, sa crypto, and sa US market, US stock market. Some people call it the suckers rally. Kasi hindi pa ito yung actual bull market ulit natin, or actual bull run na mangyayari in the next couple of years, probably. Kasi we're still in a very high interest rate environment. And hindi naman magkaroon ng full-on bull run unless bumaba ulit yung interest rates. And some people, they're still predicting a recession. So if that happens, and of course, babagsak ulit tong prices ng mga assets na to. And of course, itong mga assets natin sa Philippine market, babagsak pa rin sila. May ibababa pa to. So you just have to be ready and okay mag all in, like peso cost average, dollar cost average lang into the market to simplify your strategy. Yeah, just stay invested. So, yung in-invest nyo na capital, dapat you consider it as an expense na talaga. Parang hindi mo siya inintindi. So, invest money that you don't need in the next, 1, 2, 5 years. It really depends on your means. And it really depends on your income. So yeah, it's not the time to YOLO everything. Especially like kayo, ang daming na-hype to ulit sa crypto since it's up significantly this year. And like it just happened in the past 2 to 3 months. Kasi bumagsak din tayo dito around August, and of course no October, November, December last year because of the FTX debacle. So, at that time, yun yung pinakamagandang, that was the best time to buy, right? But a lot of people, they were dismissing crypto in general at that time. And sinasabi nila na, hindi, bababa pa yan sa, below 10K. But right now, Bitcoin setting at 43K. So yeah, anything can really happen sa markets and no one really knows kung ano yung mangyari on any given day. So again, stay invested, continue investing, continue dollar cost averaging, continue peso cost averaging. Yep, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Sana may natutunan kayo. And if umabot kayo at the end of this episode, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And yeah, in general, just thank you for watching and listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Always remember, be Peso smart.